Welcome to Friday! You have made it to Friday, friend. I think we should call today Fascinating Friday. Anything fascinating happened in your life today? I have had some fascinating things happen to me, not only in my life, but in even just the last 24 hours. Yes. First of all, let's talk about the fact that this is week 4 of the Jungle Gym Live Show. Do you have your tea? RV tea time. We are in the RV today. A little bit different setup. We are trying some new things as always. What kind of tea do you have today for RV tea time? Do you have something? Type it in. Let me know what kind of tea you've got. I am a tea connoisseur. I love hot tea. I drink hot tea whether it is 30 degrees outside or whether it is 93 degrees outside like it is right now. I love hot tea. You can, maybe someday we can take a little journey with the phone and you can see my tea drawer full of teas. Today we have Blueberry Nights. Yes, Blueberry Nights. It is a black tea. I don't know why they call it night, because I would never drink this at night because it does have caffeine in it. Like, I need more caffeine, right? So, fascinating Friday. I've had the wonderful privilege of getting to go to my brother and sister-in-law's house because my sister-in-law is on vacation. Okay, this is such a good thing. This is so good. Mamas, you need to hear this. You need to take a lesson from my sister-in-law, Megan. She knows that in order to be the best version of herself, which we talk about all the time, what can you do to become the best version of yourself? This woman knows she needs a little time away. Now, maybe that's just a bath or a shower for you. That's a little time away. Or maybe like what she's doing, which I don't think she has ever done since having all 4. She has 4 daughters. My brother and sister-in-law have 4 daughters. Sarah, Hannah, Abigail, and Rebecca. So precious they are. So I got to go over yesterday and help out a little bit while my sister-in-law is just soaking up some sun at the beach. I'm so proud of her. Please take note. You've got to take care of you. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. What do you need to do to take care of you? Now, it is fascinating for a single female who has never been married and whose only long-term child has been a turtle to go and to help out with 4 girls. It's awesome. I have loved doing it. I love getting together with them. We have sleepover in the RV sometimes. Just a precious family time. But do you have some little people in your life? They are fascinating. Little people say the most fascinating things. And the things they remember. Like, where is this memory? I need this memory. The things they remember from when they were little, right? They'll say, oh, I remember when I was little. And I'm like, you're 4. How? But I love it. I love their memories. I love their joy. I love these little girls. And I love pouring into these little girls. So who are you pouring into? 2 things today. It is so vitally important that you are pouring into you. There are some major things that we need in our lives to thrive. I often talk about having 5 thankful thrives. Every morning, what do you get up for and what do you say that you are grateful for? Something that's happened in the last 24 hours. Being grateful creates a life that thrives. Just having an attitude of gratitude is vital. But on top of that, there are some really basic things to help us thrive. Number 1, we need food. Are you fueling your body with good, healthy, nutrient food? We absolutely need water. Are you taking in enough water? They say half your weight in ounces of water every day. Now, I probably do this. I drink a ton of water and a ton of organic tea. So I think this works. Now, lemonade does not count. Coffee does not count. I'm sorry, but if a fish can't swim in it and survive, it doesn't count as water, okay? It counts as something else. But are you drinking a lot of water? Just water alone has so many health benefits. What about sleep? We are in a crazy time in our world right now. Have you developed a healthy sleeping routine? Going to bed and getting up at the same times every day are so crucial for health. I am amazed. I know this is crazy because maybe you use a snooze button. I'm amazed that America is allowed to even have alarm clocks with snooze buttons on them. Snoozing is so bad for you guys. Look it up. It is so unhealthy to hit a snooze button. Just sleep until whatever that time is that you are going to get up, that you are going to snooze until. Just sleep until that time and then just get up. It's so much healthier. So food, water, sleep, shelter. We need a place to live. We need a place. I remember when I was in the Amazon going through jungle survival training camp. And we did this outside. Now, every night we did have a shelter kind of thing that it didn't have any walls around it. It was just something with a roof. It was just something with a roof and some beams, and then we hung our hammocks in it. And I just remember thinking, okay, this is shelter. If I have something over my head, this is shelter, this is safety. So you don't have to have something elaborate, but do you have something somewhere, a special place that you can call your own? Somewhere you can go to in your house that is your place of shelter, your place of safety. If not, this weekend, I encourage you, clean out a closet, clean out a corner. Go find somewhere that you can just be sheltered into. For me, when I was in that situation where we were literally living outside, we did have the little roof thing, which was great. I was so grateful for that, especially on the nights that it rained. But I still made my hammock area was my shelter. That was my place to go to. Do you have a place that you can just go to just be with yourself and with God? Do you have a place like that? Now, I'm bringing these things up for a really important reason. Our world is in a lot of turmoil right now. A lot of turmoil. We talked about it yesterday. Do you remember? Oh, I was fired up mad yesterday. But we can control certain things. I control what foods go into my body. Tea break, come on. I control how much water I drink every day. I can control my environment in my sheltered area. Now that might mean you need to set some boundaries with your kids, some boundaries with your spouse, some boundaries with other people. Do it. Just like my sister-in-law, Megan, you got to go and do things for yourself to take care of you so that you can become the very best version of yourself for you. So that you can be the best version of yourself for others. See, we pour out so often. We give, and we think that's good. And it's good to give. It's good to give of yourself. But you've got to first pour in to you. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not the very best version of you for you, then you're not the very best version of yourself for others, for those that you care for. Put healthy foods into your body. Drink water. Drink organic tea. Find a safe place, a sheltered place for yourself to go. Exercise. We've talked about this before. Move that body. Now, I haven't talked to Josh about this yet. But I think tomorrow I will get to see Josh again. By the way, side note, we have had some people message in. This is awesome. And they've said, Jen, are you and Josh a thing? Okay, ladies, Josh and I are not a thing. Josh works for Standout Ministries for me. We're great friends at church. We are not a thing. So if you are asking because you want to holler at Josh, I believe he's single. He's going to kill me for saying that. But no, Josh and I are not a thing. We're just good friends, work together. He's amazing. I think everybody needs a millennial on their staff if they're running social media. But hey, I haven't taken him. So ladies, if you want him, you go after him. Go for it. All right, so Josh is going to come tomorrow, I do believe. Now, we won't have the Jungle Gym live show tomorrow, but if you remember, he challenged me to a home workout. And I think since he challenged me, I think we need to do it together. What do you think? Thumbs up for us doing this together? And we will get you guys on it as well. If you want to come in and join us, we're going to do that home workout that I showed you, and we're going to do it together. I think maybe we could have like a Josh team and a Jen team. What do you think? And you guys can like take sides and you can see who's going to beat each other. I don't know. I think he might beat me. He's got some real tenacity in him. He might beat me. He might. All right. Exercise, food, water, shelter, a safe place, and something else that can truly help you be the very best version of you is your faith. What do you have hope in? I want to encourage you to find a church, find your Bible, go read it, get around positive people of faith, get around positive people of joy and of peace. You can look at a person and you can see how they're allowing God to work inside of them because of the fruit that's growing on the outside of them. Do you hear me? Did you get that? You can look at a person, and the Bible tells us we're not supposed to judge. We're not looking to condemn anyone. But you can look at a person to see how they're allowing God to work in them by the fruit that is growing on the outside of them. Are they people of joy? Are they people of peace? Are they people who are going after their thrive? Are they people who are bringing you quality of life when you're around them? Hang out with those kind of people. And if you can't get together with them right now, do it over Zoom. Do it over FaceTime. Find ways to connect. Right now, during the social distancing time, many people are very isolated. And oftentimes when we're isolated, it's a domino effect. We get isolated. We start to eat comfort foods that aren't really healthy and nutrient. We start not watching how much water we're drinking. We start not exercising. And then it is this downhill effect to where we're just lethargic, weary, and exhausted. That's not thriving. I want you to thrive. I love what my cup says here. It says, what would you attempt to do if you could not fail? What would you attempt to do if you could not fail? Right now is an awesome opportunity for you to go after a thrive. Are you thriving in what you're doing in life? Are you thriving in, are you shining? We talked the other day about shining. Are you shining in what you're doing? And if you're not happy where you're at, if you're not happy in your situation, let me tell you, begin to find a way. Pray for a way out. If you're in a job that you really hate and you're not thriving in it, guess what? Maybe it's time for a new season. Maybe this is God's way of letting you know, okay, that season's over. It's time to shift into a new season. And you might say, oh, but I've worked at this job for 15 years. I have to stay here. This is what I went to school for. But do you really want to do that for the rest of your life? If you're not thriving, is that really what you want to get up and go do every day? No matter how long you've been in it. And let's be honest, if you're not thriving in it, then that means you're in a position that is someone else's thrive. And until you get out of that position, they can't move into it. Now, I want you to get that, because many of us stick something out way longer than we need to because we don't want to quit. We don't want to give up. Now, I don't want to encourage you to quit or give up on anything unless you're not thriving. If you're not thriving, I want to tell you that maybe by you staying there, you are taking the person's place of whose thrive that thing really is. If you go after your thrive, if you start finding what it is that you truly love to do, start with this question right here on my teacup. What would you attempt to do if you could not fail? Begin to work your way into this. And you don't have to just quit your job all of a sudden. No. I said work your way. Gradually move into it. It's always easier to find a job if you got a job, okay? And if you don't have a job right now, maybe you've been laid off by COVID, or maybe there's been some circumstances, let's still begin to take good, healthy steps towards this. I think we should cheers to that. Good, healthy steps towards your thrive. Start with the basics. Good, healthy food. Put water into your body. Find a place that you can call shelter. Find a place that can be your place that you can retreat to, even if it's only for a few minutes, a few times a day. Find that place. Exercise. Even if it's just going for a nature walk, that's perfect. It's great. You're moving your body. You're experiencing nature that's out there. Super. Go for a run. Even if you're not being chased, you do you. Go do the 100 burpee challenge. I loved seeing the people who got their families involved with the burpee challenge. Come on. I'm going to do it again for you, by the way. I've beat my time. Have you? Have you beat my time? This is it. Yep, the first time I did it, 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Not really great, I'm going to be honest. I did it in the middle of the day. It was so hot. Do it during a cooler time. Watch your time drop. That's one of the little tricks. Exercise. And then once you've got the basics, once you've got that foundation, and also remember faith. Faith is huge. God says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. I want to make sure that I gave the right reference there. Can somebody look that up for me? I just want to make sure I said the right thing there. Is it Proverbs 16:3 that says that? That might be delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Look it up. Commit to the Lord. Either way, both are great verses. Commit to the Lord whatever you do and your plans will succeed. And delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. These are two scriptures that we can stand on that tells us he wants to help us thrive. Who out there, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart if you want to thrive. I think we all do. I think we all want, yes, I think we all want to thrive. So let's start with the basics. Once you've got those basics, let's start to move in that direction. And remember, you've got to remember, if you're not in your thrive, start to move towards your thrive because you're in the place of someone else's thrive. And they might not be able to move in until you move out. I want to see us thrive. All right, we've had a request. We had a request for Jungle Jen to tell the turtle story. Are you ready for this? I lived in an Amazonian community. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've been a missionary in the jungles of the Amazon of Brazil for the last 11 years. I have loved it. I love what I get to do. I'm currently stateside because I can't get back into the Amazon, but I will be going back very soon. We can do some lives from there. It's going to be so cool. Anyway, all right, so I was living in an Amazonian community days away from any kind of major city. We get there by boat. I'm living there. All of a sudden, a little girl comes up to my door, and she asks me a simple question. She said, "Missionary, will you come eat lunch with us?" Who here likes to eat lunch? Anybody? Heart, thumbs up. I love to eat lunch. I'm a terrible cook, so I super love it when anybody invites me to any meal because that means I don't have to make it. So I looked down at the little girl and I started to say, "Yeah, I'll come." But as I started to say that, she did something really weird. She laughed. She went, and then she took off running for her house. I thought, well, that was weird. So I grabbed Nico, my pet monkey. I have a pet monkey in the Amazon. I grabbed Nico, I threw him up on my shoulder, and I took off running after the little girl. I went through the jungle. I knew the path to her house and ran down that path, came around the back of her house, came in the back door, and sat down on the floor. We eat our meals sitting on the floor in the Amazon. So as I sat down on the floor, all of a sudden I looked up and 9 pairs of eyes were staring at me. I thought, uh-oh, oh no. Now I know why she invited me and why she laughed like that. I'm the guest of honor. Ah. And you might think, oh, congratulations, Jungle Jen. Good job. No. I knew the tribal delicacy. I had been to a guest of honor luncheon before. And sure enough, at that moment, that little girl's mama came from around the corner and she had a platter. And on the platter was the head. Let me show it to you. Of this turtle. The head. Just the head. That was a tribal delicacy. Now, we grow them big in the Amazon. That thing was almost the size of about a volleyball. Massive head. I looked down, and Nico the pet monkey looked down. Nico looked over at me. Nico looked back down, and then Nico ran out the back door. I thought, oh, please take me with you. Don't leave me here with this. Then I prayed the famous missionary mealtime prayer. Missionaries, people who want to go overseas, you need to learn this prayer. Lord, I'll get it down if you keep it down. Please be faithful. Then I looked over to my little friend, and I had an honor. I've never had such an honor in my life. I don't even know where to begin. And the little girl, she looks at me, rolls her eyes at me like I should know what to do in this situation and goes, duh, eat out the brains. Oh my, this is coming. Actually, first she goes, duh, eat out the eyeballs. Oh, the eyeballs. She then proceeded to take the spoon and pluck the eyeballs out of this turtle right here. They were the size of ping pong balls. Then I got ready. I had prayed my prayer. I got them down. And God is faithful. He kept them down. I looked back at my little friend after I had finished the eyeballs, and she rolled her eyes at me again like I should know what to do here. She picked up the head, she slammed it on the ground, broke it open, goes, now eat out the brains. Oh my goodness. Eyeballs, then brains, then the tongue. Who knew that turtle tongue is a delicacy? Gus is like running towards the back right now. He hates this story. I got it all down. I kept it all down. Now, I don't tell you this story just to gross you out. It actually has a really great point to it. After the meal, if you want to call it that little girl's mama took me off to the side. And she said, missionary, I want to tell you why you were our guest of honor today. My little girl over there, she's been coming to that Bible study class that you have every day. And you probably don't know this, but every day after class, she brings home that little Bible that you gave her, and she sits down all of her brothers and sisters, and she's teaching them everything you taught her. And then she said words I'll never forget. Our home now has light. Our home now has light. She said, where there used to be so much fighting, now there's peace. Where there used to be so much chaos, now there's joy. And where there used to be so much darkness, now there's light because of your Jesus. I was so touched. I was so touched. And that day I learned a very valuable lesson. A little bit of light can make a really big difference. Did you hear me? Just a little bit of light can make a really big difference. You see, I was out there in the middle of the jungle of the Amazon, and I'll be honest, it's dark out there. There are not very many people who know about Jesus. There are still thousands of unreached people groups, people who have never had the opportunity to hear the name of God, people who have never gotten to hold a Bible before in their hands. And as I began to start this mission and go through this mission, I began to realize there's so much darkness. But that day God taught me that just a little bit of light can make a really big difference. Yesterday we talked about the fact that we are the light of the world. And wherever there is light, darkness must flee. You have a thrive. You have something inside of you that only you can do. Now, maybe for me, it's eating turtle head. Maybe that's just me. You can't do that. I'm not calling you to go to the Amazon. But what I'm saying is you have something inside of you that only you can do. And if you don't do it, the world will miss out. If you don't do it, the world will miss out. You have something so special. You are worth it. Somebody needs to hear that today. You are worth it. You should get to go after your thrive. You should get to go after that desire of your heart. And I want to give you the permission to do it. Set your foundation strong. Have a good, strong faith. Eat well, drink lots of water, get exercise, find a place of shelter, a place you can go to recharge for yourself. Become that very best version of yourself. Because we as the world, we need you. You are worth it. You're worth fulfilling your dreams. I encourage you to go after them this weekend. Start by researching a class, or by just going online and doing some research, or by just taking one step to fill out an application. Go for it. You're worth it. You have a light that only you can shine. Go shine that light. I love you all. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Hopefully tomorrow I will see you with Josh for the challenge. Talk to you guys later. See you Monday, if not before then. Bye.